Hello friends, welcome back to How We Roast Cook. In today's video, we're making these delicious wings. They are crunchy on the outside, yet very juicy. I'm also going to be showing you how to make these delicious potato wedges, also in your air fryer, but they can all be done in your air fryer, on the stove top, or in your oven. So let's start off by seasoning. I already rinsed the chicken, pat dry them, and then we're adding some olive oil. After adding the olive oil, we're going to go ahead and season. If you haven't seen my homemade jerk seasoning, you can check that video out, or you can just buy the store-bought one, whichever pleases you. I also have a blend of powdered seasoning. Use whatever powdered seasoning you have at hand, alright? Don't go out of your way to get these exact ones. I'm going to go ahead, stir it up, sprinkle on my chicken, and I season to my preference. Once it's done, I'm going to go ahead and place it in the refrigerator to marinate. Someone asked me for lunch menus for kids. I think this is a perfect one minus the spice. So as I said, season to your preference. If you're making for kids, you know you can't add too much spice. Now I'm going to place them in the fridge to marinate, and then we're going to also prep our potatoes. Now to start with our potatoes, I'm going to make some potato wedges, and I'm also going to do it in the air fryer. You can do them in the oven as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and slice them up about 2 inches thick, and then I'm going to stack them and slice them vertically about 1.5 inches, and I'm just measuring by eyeballing them. You want to have them at the same size because that way they can cook at the same pace. So this is the size that I'm going to use. It all depending on you and how thick you want your potatoes. Alright. So the potatoes were washed prior to me cutting them, but I'm going to give them another rinse. Alright, so I'm soaking my potatoes in some cold water. This will release some of the starch from the potato, and it will give you the texture that you'll get at a restaurant. Nice and crispy on the outside, but you know, tender on the inside. Especially if you're going to fry these, because the air fryer naturally makes things crispy. So if you're using the air fryer, you can make them as crispy as you want it. Alright, so we're gonna soak them for at least 30 minutes. And as I said before, if you're prepping this for tomorrow's lunch, you can do all of this. Just put them in some water and put them in the fridge to soak overnight. And as well as you can marinate your chicken overnight. It doesn't have to be wings, whichever part of the chicken that you prefer. Alright? Alright, we are back and it's time to cook. So I'm gonna, as you can see, my air fryer basket is not large. So I would have to do like 2 different sets, but this can be done in the oven as well. These will naturally become crispy because of the air fryer, but if you're gonna do it in the oven, and you need that crispiness, you can use some cornstarch on the chicken when you're seasoning, and that will allow the chicken to be crispy in the oven, and you will bake it at a high temperature at about 400 to 425 degrees. And also best to put it on a grill if you're gonna put it in the oven. That is if you want it crispy. If you don't care about it being crispy, then you can go ahead and put it in a baking dish. Alright, so here we are, ready to go in the air fryer. So my air fryer has a wing option. I'm going to use the wing option, and I'm going to preheat. It works better if you preheat it first and then add the wings, but I already add the wings, so I'm gonna go ahead. As soon as it's done preheating, then it will start the cooking process. So now the air fryer will tell me when it's time to turn. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the chicken. If you are not comfortable with the cooking time, you can go ahead and use your thermometer to test the temperature. Once it reads 165, you are good to go and it's safe to eat. So once it's signaled to turn, we just pull it out, flip it. You can see it's nice and crispy and has a beautiful golden color. Flip them and put them back in for the other side. Alright, we're going back in. Alright, the first set is done. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So nice. Alright, let's break one open. Whew. Steaming hot. Perfect, just the way I like it. Now it's time to make the sauce. I'm gonna make like a jerk sauce. So I put my butter to melt. Then I add 3 teaspoons of jerk seasoning. Just give that a little stir just to incorporate everything and allow it to cook. And I'm also going to be adding some orange juice. For extra spice, I'm adding some red pepper flakes. You can totally omit that part. I'm adding some freshly squeezed orange juice in there. If you don't like orange juice, pineapple juice is perfect. I'm adding some ketchup. We're gonna just stir this around and just allow this to simmer. This is just a simple sauce, but it will take your chicken to the next level. So don't skip this step. Alright, once it's done, we're gonna move on to our potatoes. I just drain off the cold water and I'm pat drying them to make sure that there is no liquid left back. And then we're gonna season the potatoes. If you don't want to season it, that's perfectly fine. You can go ahead and fry them as is, and then you can sprinkle some salt on it. But I love my potato wedges seasoned, and we're gonna go ahead add some olive oil just to ensure that the seasoning will stick on the potato. And then I'm adding some chicken seasoning, some black pepper, and some Creole all-purpose seasoning. Stir that around, and then I add it to my air fryer basket. I'm also going to be choosing the fries option on here. It will also tell me when it's time to turn them. And therefore there's not much work to be done when you're using the air fryer. It's just simple and perfect. Once everything is done, I just pour my sauce back on the chicken, stir it around, and there you go. We serve it up with our fries, and it's so delicious. The fries, oh my god. You just take one of those fries and dip it in the jerk sauce, and it's totally amazing. Or if you want to make some simple mayo sauce with some mayonnaise, black pepper, salt, a little pinch of sugar, stir that around, add a little cayenne pepper in there. That's totally perfect with your french fries as well. Go ahead and save this video to your playlist, and whenever you come from work and you're tired and you want something simple, this is it. You can also prep your stuff from overnight. You come in from work, pop it in the air fryer, go take a shower. By the time you come back, you can just go ahead, turn over your chicken, relax, and allow the other side to cook, and dinner is ready, or lunch. So thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed as yet. And I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. All right,